What's your favorite idea?
On Halloween 2014, Becky Salone and Joe Pelling created Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Now, in the first episode, they talk about being creative. Now, how they met was art school. So they were a part of a group, and in this group, they had a YouTube channel. This group was called This Is It. Now, Becky Salone wanted to make a cartoonish, colorful video with a twist at the end, just so it's not like the other videos. And she said, well, might as well post it on this YouTube channel, am I right? First day, blew up. It was absolutely insane. Now, in the creative episode number 1, they talk about being all about creative. Now, in art school, that's all they were. Just being creative. And that's what this episode was. This episode was kind of a dialogue on how art school was. So, in this clip right here,
I might paint a picture of a clown.
Whoa there, friend, you might need to slow down.
this is a representation of them being creative in art school and the teachers saying that they are not good enough. Now, this does appear more than once in the episode, such as being when she says, grab some leaves and sticks and arrange them into your favorite color. When Yellow Guy says green, she says that's not a creative color. Again, bringing him down, saying he is not good enough.
Blue. Green.
Green is not a creative color. Let's work.
Now, if you've ever seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, you know there is no ending. There is just... it ends on a cliffhanger, I'll say that. But anyway, the reason they made that was because they want you to make up an ending by yourself. They want you to be creative. They want the viewer to be creative, and that's the point of the entire series. Now, at the end of the episode, Becky Salone and Joe Pelling get creative. They start doing stop motion, they start doing animation, text and stuff. They do that because they're getting creative, and that's what they did. They just used a bunch of tools and did a bunch of random stuff at the end of the episode and just got creative. That was the point of this episode.
Now let's all agree to never be creative again.
But I think I got it. I think I have the actual ending of this entire story, but we need to start from the beginning. So right away, we're greeted with June 19th. Remember that date. We've already gotten most of this episode out of the way, so let me just get into details. Now, whenever the creativity girl disowns someone for being not creative, it is always the yellow guy. Keep that in mind as well.
Come on, guys, stop mucking around.
Episode 2, we're greeted by the same 3 cast members, Yellow Guy, Duck, and Red Guy. Also, we now have a new teacher, Tony the Clock. Now, Tony the Clock goes into detail on time, how time changes your perspective on people, how you grow older, and how new technology gets more advanced. Now, it does seem like later on into the episode that Tony the Clock is kind of mad at them, or frustrated, or annoyed at them. Now, I do have a solution for this. I think that this is because Tony the Clock has done this before and taught them this lesson before.
And camping.
I'm friends with my dad.
Now, in the second episode, we are greeted by Roy. This is Yellow Guy's dad. And this is not the last time we see him. Now, later in the episode, they're talking about technology and how time is advancing.
Is time even real? Does anyone know?
Maybe time's just a construct of human perception, an illusion created by...
Now, the theory is that these guys are in a loop. Now, the reason Tony gets so mad is because he has taught this lesson before, he's getting annoyed, and Duck is trying to teach him. Now, Duck is trying to teach the teacher, and he doesn't like that, that's why he gets so mad.
Make it stop!
It's out of my hands, I'm only a clock. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be fine. But eventually everyone runs out of time.
Something that also supports my theory is that did they not just all die? Did they not just grow so old that their hair started falling out and that they just started dying, but they're alive again? That's a little fishy.
Isn't it nice to finally be outside on such a beautiful day?
Episode 3 is all about cults. Yellow Guy gets scared away by Duck killing a butterfly, and then Yellow Guy sees a butterfly or whatever it is, and he teaches him all about cults, but he doesn't bring it up as cults. He brings it up as a group of friends who all love each other. Just take a look how culty this is.
Now we all worship our king. Our king. Our king. His name is Malcolm.
He is the king of love.
We must feed him.
Now, they tell Yellow Guy that he needs to clean his brain and get a fresh start. That's them saying that he needs to commit to this cult and not tell anyone. That's a little weird.
This is the story of Michael, the ugliest boy in town. Ugly and weak, they called him a freak, so he lived on his own underground. He lived on his own underground. He lived on his own underground.
You see, everyone has a special one.
Even Michael!
Does he? Does he? Cause it did not look like he did. Anyway, at the end of the episode, when they're feeding their king gravel, you can see in the background not only Red Guy and the creativity girl from the first episode, but you can see Roy, Yellow Guy's dad. And if his dad is there, why is he not helping him? I mean, come on. Why is he not helping him? If I was a father and I see my son getting absolutely torched by these, like, talking animals in the first place, I'd be like, alright, we're getting the hell out of here.
Father!
Pesky bee!
Now, the episode ends with them burning the head of Michael, their king. But there's one more thing. Right there. Is that and Roy?
Oh, I guess it's my turn to choose a card.
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 4, or the computer episode, where the teacher is the computer. The computer talks about going into detail with graphs, digital dancing, and cool hats? But he does go into detail on how you can go into a digital world and do absolutely whatever you want. That's another hint at creativity.
As I'd like to show you, inside my digital life, inside my mind there is a digital mind.
Now, do you see how this is a outdated computer? They even say in the episode, we already have a computer, and it flips open like a MacBook? Well, that's because this computer has been a teacher for a while. That's what I'm saying, guys. They are in a loop. This teacher has been a teacher from the start. But who is controlling it all?
Wait a second.
What's your favourite colour?
Stop
Do you
talking.
like cows or goat's milk?
Be
Do you
quiet.
have brown hair? What is your blood type? Are you allergic
Shut
to
up.
Don't touch me!
What?
Now, Red Guy gets his mind out of the gutter and is like, hold on, something's a little fishy here, what's going on? And he slaps his hand on the computer, and the computer gets mad at him and sends them into a digital world. Then, Red Guy starts to get a sense of a realization and is like, what is going on? This is not normal. He knows this is not right. So he sees himself outside the computer, not in the digital world. No one's there, and he goes to unplug the computer. then Red Guy sees a show of them going on, recreated by mops and balloons, and he gets so fumbled up that his mind literally explodes.
Something's different.
Episode 5 is greeting us with just Duck and Yellow Guy, not knowing where Red Guy is. This is where they're also getting a sense of realization that something is not right.
Is it this guy?
Fish and chips. Steak and beef. Chicken-a-chow. Grapes and eggs. Steak. Eggs.
Are you hungry? You look to be a bit hungry.
No.
Do. Lots of people get hungry.
Now, in this episode, they talk about being healthy, that you should only eat certain foods, you shouldn't eat fancy foods, and if you do, you're either gonna die or your body's just gonna reject it.
Let's get healthy now.
From this point on, you can see that Duck is getting a realization that something is not right as well. Right after Red Guy, now Duck is saying to himself, "What is going on? This is weird. Why are there talking foods in our house right now?" Right?
Hello?
What's that?
Now, for the second time, someone calls. Now, the teachers looked a little scared, and that's because they've done this so many times. They're stuck in a loop. They've done this so many times. No one has called before. They're like, what's going on here? And then Duck is tired of it. He's just like, this is too weird. I can't take this anymore.
Wait before we put it on the plate, or it could be too late.
But wait, did you guys see that? Not Red Guy's feet, but right there, it was Roy. Now, I believe he was watching over them, making sure everything was supposed to go as planned, because again, remember, they are in a loop. He needs to make sure that it is perfect every single time, and that's what he was doing there. Now, when you keep watching, the cans of food start eating Duck. And then... Yellow Guy eats Duck. I think whoever is making them stay in this loop made Yellow Guy eat Duck because he gained a consciousness and lost focus and got out of the loop. Now, the phone rings one last time, and it was Red Guy. I think this is one of the coolest endings ever. You don't know who it is the entire time, and at the end, it is Red Guy. He is calling them because he made it out of the loop, and he's telling them, you need to get out of the loop, but he was not fast enough to save Duck. That's what I think is so crazy about this theory. Episode 6, the last episode, starts off with Yellow Guy getting taught by a teacher dreams. Now, he turns down the teacher because clearly he doesn't want to listen to him anymore. Both of his friends are missing. He does not know where they are. I mean, he ate Duck. He knows where he is. He doesn't know where Red Guy is. But anyway, dreams is all about how you can have nightmares, how you can have good dreams, how you can have dreams when you're riding a horse, or you can have dreams while you're drowning in oil. Now, after about a minute and a half of Yellow Guy getting tortured by this teacher, we're set to where Red Guy is.
Can you file these files, please?
So it looks like Red Guy is working in an office where he now has a job in the real world, and everyone looks exactly like him, indicating that everyone is the same. Everyone is boring, and no one cares about absolutely anything.
I am a file, and you put documents in me, and a a file. Funny, silly file. A You know, it did it like a song. No. That sounds really boring.
Now, did that sound familiar? That sounds really boring. Because he said that in the first episode, when Creativity Girl says, I use my hair to express myself, kind of mocking Red Guy because he's covered in red hair, and he goes, that sounds really boring, indicating that he's the boring one, and that he's just like everyone else in the real world. Now, Red Guy is trying to entertain everybody by having puppets on each hand indicating Yellow Guy and Duck, and he's singing the Creativity song.
Tell me please, what do you see? It's just a boring old orange. Or maybe to you, but not to me.
Then everyone is booing him on, and he looks in the crowd, and guess who he sees? You guessed it, Roy. Then Red Guy suddenly gets pushed back into the loop, and he looks down at the microphone, and it's a teacher.
Don't stop now, friend. Your voice is music to my face.
Then, when Red Guy is in this pitch black room with a weird, patterned flooring, he walks off into the distance, and he finds a computer that seems to be controlling Yellow Guy. This is where whoever's been controlling them has been watching over them and placing what teacher goes where, and also what teacher they get for that day.
Ice cream beef? Ice cream beef makes your teeth go gra.
Doesn't matter, just throw it away. Why not try some?
This on my tray? What? Where am I?
We are in the universe. Planets live inside the moon.
Now, in all theories that I've heard, all these are just teachers that weren't used. But I think that these are the teachers that were used in the previous loops. And they just weren't used because then if it was a loop that was continuous, they would catch on way too easy. And that's when Red Guy realizes it was Roy the entire time. Every single lesson that they learned was Roy. Every single time they died was Roy. Everything that has ever happened was Roy. The loop was Roy. Absolutely everything was Roy. That's why he was looking down at Duck. He realized that he escaped. That's why he was there in the background when Red Guy was singing, because he knew he was outside the loop. Everything makes sense. From the beginning, Roy just wants to protect his son. That's why he is making his son go through absolute torture every single day in a maximum loop just so he prepares his son for the real world. Then, Red Guy walks over to the plug, and he says,
I wonder what will happen.
What's your favorite idea?
They did it. They got out of the loop. It is not June 19th anymore, it is June 20th, and they are their creative colors that they wanted to be from the beginning. Red guy's blue, duck is red, and yellow guy finally gets to be green. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys love this, thumbs it up. Thank you guys so much for 90 subscribers. Have an amazing day. Peace out.